It's easy to get outraged over these things. And there was a story I was reading in the media over the weekend about a council which has decided to move to using the Maori lunar calendar to set the agenda for its meetings. I perked my ears up because there is an old story in my family going back 2 or 3 generations about a misunderstanding between one of my ancestors and a man who'd done him a great favour, a guy called Jimmy Nawaka, and they almost had a falling out after becoming great friends because one of them was using the Maori calendar, the other one wasn't. But I was really interested in the story, and I thought, let's not get outraged. Let's read the whole story. Let's think about it. And I thought, in the context of the discussion we're having about local body, we needed to have this discussion too. So we're joined by Moko Tepania. He's the Mayor of the Far North. Your Worship, welcome to the platform. Thank you very much indeed for joining us.
Hey, thank you for having me on the show. I've got a couple of fans in my family of your show, so when I saw the request come through, I had to say yes,
Hey, Moko, firstly, just tell us about yourself. When were you elected? And tell us about who your local body, what area it covers.
Yeah, hey, thanks. So I'm the Mayor of the Far North, got elected in as Mayor at last October's local body elections.
Yep.
Before that, was a councillor representing our Kaikoe Hokianga ward up here in the Far North at the 2019 election. So just over 4 years in local government now.
All right. Moko, Far North, and a lot of people haven't been there. I've been lucky enough to be there a few times. I had a grandmother who moved and taught at Kaitaia College many years ago. It's a very different part of New Zealand. No, all parts of New Zealand are different. Huge proportion of people who live there are Maori compared to the rest of the country.
Oh, yeah, so our district is the third largest geographic district in the North Island. It's pretty massive. So it goes from Tōai, just north of Whangarei City, all the way up to Cape Reinga. With our roads the way they are, it's about 5 hours long and maybe 2 hours wide at its widest. But it's a beautiful part of the country. If you've never been here, man, you've got to come up and visit. But yeah, it is about 51% of our population are of Māori descent.
Yeah. Is that reflected in the ethnicity of councillors on the Far North District Council?
Oh yeah, I think we're actually overrepresented if we took a pure population to councillor ratio. I think we've got 70% of our elected.
That's poor old post-colonial whiteys. We're just being discriminated against. It's outrageous. So, Moko, one would presume then that you don't need Maori wards.
Yeah, well, that wasn't the case beforehand. One of the things that I've always said, because I was a part of the council that decided to vote for Māori wards in the last term, and it was never, I never believe in, a one-size-fits-all approach for the whole country, and I know that other councils are deciding what is the best fit for them. But for us here in the Far North, we've got 11 mandated iwi authorities who on any given day will have disagreements over this or that. This was one of the things that they were all in favour of, was us establishing Māori wards. We did a survey of our people, and I think it was 85% were in favour of the establishment of those. We put them in, and we've got our councillors in for over a year now, and they're doing really great. So it's worked out really well for us here. Yeah. The other thing too is that no matter what ward you represent, whether it be a general ward or a Māori ward, whether it be a certain geographic area, everyone swears an oath to represent the whole district, and that's what we're seeing up here.
Okay, so why do you need Maori wards?
Well, I think one of the things that came across was that it just ensures that there is that voice at the table. The local government act.
This is going to sound like a fine point, but I've been thinking and listening to you, and thank you for coming on. Do you think that in reality, in your instance, the Maori wards are specifically for the iwi, for the power structures of the Maori community, rather than individual Maori themselves? It is so those traditional bodies, and if you like tribal bodies, to use a kind of blunt term, that's really what the wards are about.
Oh, Well, it's an electoral tool, right? So our Māori ward councillors are voted by those who choose to be on the Māori roll to represent all of the people of the whānau.
But you've already said everyone swears a thing to just represent everyone. So that kind of makes a mockery of the Māori ward.
And the same argument goes for general wards and the general population who sit on those. It's a tool to vote in people, and then when you get in there, you get to bring that background, represent that geographic region, but you also are working as per your oath for the whole district's wellbeing.
Yeah, all right. Moko, the other thing you've done is you've decided to use the Maori lunar calendar to set your meetings. And look, I appreciate that actually, and when I read the whole story, I thought, here is a council actually reflecting its community. This is local body democracy. But I have to ask you to justify, and I'm going to be honest, the mumbo jumbo that somehow you get more positive energy out of using the Maori calendar.
Oh, yeah, I think that for some it can be a bit of a placebo, right? But hey, this is what I'm all about in this council. Is we've been doing the same thing for who knows how many hundreds of years. We've got to be open to try different things a little bit differently and see how it goes. We implemented this at the start of this year, and it's working within our structures that we've got. So we'll keep giving it a go and see how
Okay, is the Maori calendar written down anywhere? It's just, I feel like it's the 31st today. How does it work?
So it runs off the moon cycle. So there's 30 phases within the moon cycle, and we decided instead of having 6 weekly meetings to have 4 weekly meetings, so it kind of lines up a little bit better